You've both seen the adverts of each other's, right? And I don't think I have to elaborate that they are pretty poor. I would say that your advert was pathetic. If you're going to make a TV advert, you've got to have your product in the advert. Your advert was more than pathetic in the sense that you didn't understand what the hell it was supposed to be doing. This leads me to conclude there's no winner here. Both teams have lost this task. They're both garbage. So I'm sorry to say that I'm going to send you all off and you're going to have to talk amongst yourself, and then you're going to come back in here and I'm going to find out when each team who should be leaving this process. Mia, who do you think is responsible for the failure of this task?
If we look at the two main areas for fault, it's the consistency of the source and it's the absence of the product in the video. Anissa, I personally feel, is responsible.
I was so laser focused on making a great flavour and getting the recipe done in time. That's why I didn't think of sending it across. But the point I would like to make, in terms of contribution, this task I've done the most out of everyone on the team. It was my idea. I did the recipe, I did the branding.
What was your idea? Sorry.
To do an Indian sauce.
Yeah, but no one liked it. Jordan, do you take any responsibility for not actually saying, hey, but look, let's get this bottle over to them?
Yeah, I do. There was times where I did say I was conscious of time. I do take some responsibility for that, 100%.
How can you make a TV advert without your star product in it? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I just don't get it at all. What about Emma? Was she ever used to you?
Being completely honest, Emma's contribution to this task wasn't great. I think Liam and I could have done the same job in Emma's absence.
I think on Lordship from my side, and when we got to the actual adverts, I was didn't want to become disruptive because I knew it was running with a vision that I wasn't fully clear on where we were going.
If you want to look at lack of contribution, it has to be Emma.
All right. Amber Rose, your colleagues say your brief was a bit vague. Did you get a kind of a steer from her at all, or not?
So basically, we got told to come back with a fiery, tasty sauce.
That's it.
And that's pretty much what we went for. We kept it basic, but...
Very basic.
Yeah.
All you did was you made the same sauce that everybody else makes. I suppose you could say you bottled it, really.
Yeah, that's where I think we went wrong, because we was using that as the experimental part.
You know, I think we both have to take some accountability for that.
Agreed.
But ultimately, I do believe that we were working to the brief that we left in the morning.
Yeah. Who was responsible for the banging brand name?
Me.
What is it? Is this some kind of Cockney expression that's supposed to mean something? Isn't
Yeah,
it?
you never heard someone say, oh, that's banging.
Well, only when the engine's gone wrong in my car. Anyway, Amber Rose, who in your team do you think is responsible?
You know, obviously from the product to the advert, both were pretty disappointing. During kind of the making of the video, I felt like we could have done the same thing, if not better, without Malika there, just because we'd waste a lot of time kind of trying to manage behaviour a little bit and manage all of these ideas whilst I was just trying to shoot the video and, you know, get the content.
Malika,
Yeah.
you are a little bit disruptive.
Yeah, I mean, that's correct. But
That's correct, but didn't you get the message?
I do agree with you, Lord Sugar. I think, look, one of my weaknesses is maybe I do need to be concise in my...
All right. Amber Rose, which two people are you bringing back into this boardroom?
It would have to be Malika and Dean.
Well,
who are you bringing back into this boardroom?
I'd like to bring back Anissa and Emma.
Malika, I'm sorry, but I can't ignore the fact that you've admitted that you've been a bit disruptive. So on that basis, Malika, you're fired.
OK, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, Baroness Brady. Thank you, Lord Sugar. Thank you, Tim.
You know, I go with my gut. From this team, I'm going to say that Mia, I don't know if anything you've done wrong in this task. Anissa, you couldn't make a bigger mess up than you've done on this one. I've got a dilemma here. Do I just say, well, look, everybody's entitled to one big mistake? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ignore your failure in this. So, Emma, I've said this before to you, I have not seen much from you in the past 8 weeks, and so, with regret, Emma, you're fired.
Thank you, Lord Sugar. Thank you, Apprentice. Ready? Thank you, Tim.
Take care.
You lot need to up your game. Anissa, anybody looking in on this would say I'm nuts letting you remain, but I have my reasons.
Thank you, Lord Sugar.
And Dean, I'll be keeping my eyes on you, okay?
That's fair enough.
Off you go.
Thank you.
Lord Sugar.